Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video, we're looking at something rather silly. So have you ever walked up to a landing gear and said, wow, that would be a fantastic ship to fly around? Well, look no further, because this is the LG-302 landing gear, which is this lovely thing right here. So this is a fairly large flyable landing gear that features a full-on interior with everything you need to survive in survival mode. It even comes equipped with magnetic plates underneath it, so you can, if you really wanted to, use it as a giant landing gear. We come all the way up to here and press F10, find it in the spawn menu. There it is. This thing is 3,176 large blocks using the Heavy Industry, Decorative Block number 2, number 1, Sparks of the Future and Frostbite DLC packs. It uses no mods, but it does have a few scripts here and there, such as auto door and airlock. So we'll go and give this a thumbs up. We'll move all the way around to what could be perceived as the very front, although I think this is the very back. Then we'll have a quick look around the outside, we'll have a quick look at the interior. Then we'll fly it around to see how this landing gear handles. So starting over here, this is what we get. We got ourselves a doorway to get in and out of our small little maintenance area, which includes all our gubbins of how we're going to power this thing. Moving the camera all the way inside, we see all of our gyroscopes, we see our large hydrogen thrusters, as well as a couple of batteries. There's not too much else to do inside here apart from play with all the settings on these. So we'll just come out of that and move slightly above. So up where I'm standing, what we've got is a Gatling turret, because we do have quite a few turrets around here to make sure we are nice and protected. And we can see a bunch more hydrogen thrusters to move this thing around. As we were to move around the side of the bottom of the landing gear, we can see all our windows peer inside at the bottom there, as well as our magnetic plates going along the bottom. As we continue around the bottom of this, we've got a connector on the side there to dock up to a station, or maybe have another ship come and unload some hydrogen inside us in case we need refueling. Cross over to here, we've got another Gatling gun to protect ourselves. And towards the back here, we've got some more window blocks, where we can see all the batteries are lining up right against it. That's going to be the same all the way around to here. And we do have another Gatling gun sitting right on top. If we were to start moving up, we've got some great use of our conveyor pipes that come all the way up to this section, which will start to move all the way to the main body of the landing gear, where we're going to be able to get inside and fly it around. If you move closer to where our connection point is, we'll see a bunch of modules attached onto our refineries and our assemblers. And moving all the way around over to here, we've got a lovely white block going all the way up to here, adding as that little support strut that moves all the way around up to the very top, where we do have some rocket launchers to blast your enemies with, along with a camera to help view all the way forward, with a small little slit to allow you to peer outside for a more lone chair to fly this thing around. If you were to come all the way around over here to take a look, this is the window where we can clearly view inside here. We've got some jump drives so we can jump this thing. We've got plenty of LCD screens telling us what's going on with it, and a couple of programmable blocks showing us our inventory, and of course the door and airlock script. Around to the very back of this part. Right over here, we do have a doorway to get in and out, and this is going to be the only way to get in and out of our main functioning area. And just below that, got another hydrogen thruster right there, with some great use of our half blocks, just acting as a little bit of decoration and protecting it up from any kind of stray bullets. Just below that, we then got another camera to help reverse this thing up, and as you saw over here, we do have some steps leading down, but we'll take a look at that a bit later. But to come up and above, not too much else to talk about, but you can see the hydrogen thrusters near where I'm standing. And over to here, some more window blocks peering down into the area where all our batteries are being kept. Moving down and underneath, what we're going to see is one hell of a lot of our industrial hydrogen thrusters and a bunch of magnetic plates to make sure we can clamp this thing down to the ground if you wanted to. So there's some Gatling guns, there's our conveyor pipes. Then we come towards where I'm standing and we've got 3 large hydrogen thrusters to help make sure this thing can fly in an atmosphere. So there we go. So that is a very brief look around the outside of the LG-302 landing gear. It's a very novel ship with how it's been set up. Very well done that it looks exactly like a enlarged landing gear. Very well done indeed. I'll just grab hold of my character and you can see there, that is the small landing gear. And that is the large ship version. So what we'll do is come down to this door. First of all, we did take a quick look inside when I poked the camera through. We'll just open this up, and what we'll see is our hydrogen tanks to fill everything up. Bunch of conveyor pipes linking everything together, and we can see our hydrogen thrusters poking out the top. Plenty of gyroscopes to make sure we can move this thing, as well as some more batteries to make sure it's got some power. We just walk all the way around through here. There's our traditional hydrogen thrusters, even more gyroscopes, even more batteries. And we can just come all the way around to here. We've got some batteries covered in some window blocks to make sure they're nice and protected. It's just looking around to here. We do have another doorway to get in and out. So opening that up, and now on the side. If you were to come all the way around and up to here, we're going to come into the main body of the ship. So opening up the doorway, we've got a double door for an airlock. So there we go, we don't need to touch anything. It does it all automatically. And this is what we got on the inside. We've got some very good use of our new hydrogen tanks with some piston heads just covering up the connection point on the top. You can see an antenna up there. Then walking around, we've got some cryopods to recharge ourselves on. And we do have a medical bay sitting right there. We also have a sheet of glass, which did catch me off guard when I first came through here, because I immediately thought I was going to fall down there. Yes, there is that. And there is our medical bay to recharge on. We do have a desk set up right here so we can sit there and discuss, have a meeting, or even eat some food. And walking around over here, we've got some LCD screens with some posters on it, and some jump drives right above us. We're going to come all the way around and over to this section. We'll then start to move up, which is going to be towards where we're going to fly this ship. But first of all, we've got an intermittent section where we're going to look down onto our jump drive and look around at our hydrogen tanks and up and above. So yes, this is where we're going to be able to access our programmable blocks, where on this one we have nothing going on with it. So there we go, we can put whatever we want. And then got the inventory manager. Then walking all the way across over here, we've got another blank one. And then the auto door and airlock script. Oh, although this one is using the simple door script, I got that mixed up. Keep wanting to call it the auto door and airlock script. Looking around here, we've got some lovely red lights. We can see our conveyor pipes being put to very good use. And then we can continue around and move up to where our flight seat is sitting. So looking out the window there, that is where we started all the way down there. Then looking around, this is what we get. We can walk all the way across over to here where we can access our gravity generator in case we want to fiddle with the settings. And this is the seat where we can fly it. So what we've got here is a bunch of empty stuff, apart from tab number 3, which is going to be for our rocket launchers, to shoot them forwards. So there we go with that. We don't have any other controls on this. So if we want to have other stuff on the hotbar, we would need to drag it on ourselves. So like the jump drives, we can come into here and say drag it down and have that to jump. There we go. We could have our hydrogen thrusters all together to toggle them on and off. That's the hydrogen tank, so we can make that stop power on and off, etc, etc. If you want to flesh out the hotbar, that is. But we do have one more place where we can go before we fly this thing around. And that is all the way down to the bottom, to those stairs that we saw earlier sticking out the back. So opening up this doorway, we once again got an airlock. And here are the stairs we saw earlier, along with the pipes. So there's the back of the ship. And we can go further down into it, where we'll access another doorway. Or we can come up these steps and work our way behind, where we've got a projector block, which we can use to repair this thing up if it took damage. So coming through this doorway, what we're going to get is an access point all the way down to where I was standing at the very start, where we can access our hydrogen thrusters, our Gatling guns, and even remove that landing gear I shoved at the very front. So there we go with that. Then we just come all the way up to here, up to the door, work our way back up to the top. That's the wrong way. Then we'll go ahead and test fly this to see how it handles. So moving forwards, bring up the HUD, this is what we get. We've got some okay speed for a landing gear. I've never flown a landing gear before, so I'm going to judge this as pretty good. Coming to a stop, we're about the same. So there we go with that. If we were to start moving left, and then moving right, it seems to be about the same as moving forwards and backwards. Moving down, feels about the same, and then moving up, we're a lot faster than everything else. If I was to wiggle my mouse around, that is very weird looking at that. Look at that, it's trying to reflect the planet on the Skybox. It's creating some very weird effects, but yes, wiggling my mouse around, this is what we get. We've got a little bit of weight on here. It's not too floaty, it's not too heavy. In fact, it's kind of just right for this size of ship. But yes, that is basically it for this landing gear. So what we could do is go for a jump where we can jump 2,918 kilometers, which is quite far for a landing gear. In fact, for a medium-sized ship, which is what this is. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, towards the Mars planet. And there we go. Where is the Mars planet now? It is right behind us because we went too far. That is pretty much it for the LG-302 landing gear has to offer. It's a very well made landing gear to fly around if you are looking to fly a landing gear. So one final thing to do is of course slam it straight into an asteroid to see how it crumbles. So here we go, we are now approaching the asteroid to meet our impending doom, and as per usual there will be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around with it yourself. Highly recommend you do because it is a well crafted landing gear to play with. There'll also be a link to the Skybox if you are interested in that. And here we go. Whoa, what's going on with this asteroid? It appears it's got little balls in front of it. And here we go, we just slammed into it. There goes our pipes. And what kind of damage did we deal to the entire vehicle? It looks like we simply lost a little bit at the front, to the point I'm pretty sure could just grab a cockpit and continue to fly this thing around. Might have lost some of our gyroscopes, though I'm pretty sure they're all at the back there. Let's go shove this on here and get inside it. And there we go. We can sort of move this thing around. It looks like we've lost our rear thrusters or the rear force. So we can move forwards, we can move side to side, but we can't move backwards. So there we go with that. So yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.